Thank you for staying with us. And that was highlights for our discussions in the course of the week. And I dare add, in addition to what the good doctor said, to combat this heat stroke, drink lots and lots of water and get to take a bath at any opportunity you can find. All right, so we're going to delve neck deep into our discussion of the day. We're talking about disparities in retirement ages, across the civil service in Nigeria. Well, joining us to discuss this is Chief Ikechukwu Ekere. He's the chairman of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Enugu State. So he's here to give us, perspectives and insights into why this disparity still subsists and some of the implications of this phenomenon. Good morning, Chief Ikere. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Good morning. First of all, I want to correct something. I'm not a chief. I'm a comrade.
Okay.
I'm Comrade Ikechukwu Ekere.
Okay.
The state chairman of Nigerian Union of Pensioners.
Great. All right, comrade, yep. You're welcome. Thank you. We apologize for No
problem.
All right. So how do you think this disparity, let's just get into the conversation, because recently the retirement ages, I think for teachers and for healthcare workers, was increased from 60 to 65, and then for those in the academia it's 70. Now I really don't have much information about the rest of the civil service and their age limits. So how do you think this has impacted the pension scheme and the pension system?
It has not impacted any negative lesson on pensions, because from the onset, the academia, the professors and all this, their age retirement is always 70.
Okay.
Then the civil servants have been always 60. Okay. But recently, for those in polytechnics and secondary school, the federal government put their own to be 65. But not all the states' government had adopted that.
Why is that? Isn't it something, worth embracing, given the fact that, especially with the health, ecosystem, given the fact that many doctors and healthcare professionals are leaving the country, one would think that extension of this retirement age will help keep the workforce in the system, to keep the system running. So why wouldn't state governments embrace it as soon as it's possible? Let
me say something about this issue of health personnel going out of the country. I think even the health workers, their own have not been increased, but they are going out because of the condition of service, not because of age, additional retirement age or something like that. It's because of the situation.
No, we understand that. Well, I'm not trying to say that is the retirement age that is driving them out. Okay. We all know it's the situation of the country. They're going out for greener pastures. Yes. But the question here is, why wouldn't state governments adopt this policy, seeing that our workforce continually depletes, every passing season, with people, moving in their droves out of the country? What's the hold up for state governments?
And the hold up for state government is the politics in the country. Everybody, whether governor, whether president, whether chairman of the local government, half of the government don't have the feeling of the people at heart. Is grab and put into your pocket. So there is no way you can say any policy that comes in the country that all the state governments will embrace it. For example, that of polytechnics and secondary schools. When it came into force, labor people in this state begged for the former governor to embrace it, but because of IMT issues and all these things. But he didn't do it till the tail end of his going out before he embraced it. Okay, this time around again, before he left, the former governor, those of secondary school, they embraced it. But at long last, many of them started feeling, they said, I should have extended to 65 years. But in the course of that, their salary was stopped. And when they inquired, they said the state have not embraced it. But the state went on air, former administration, who have embraced it. And tail end of his going out, many of the teachers were hoping that their salary will continue coming. But they said you should go and retire.
Now, when you said they went on air and said they've embraced this policy, was there some sort of a white paper to that? Was there any gazetting that was done, or it was just oral, assent?
I cannot answer that question because period to that time, I'm already a retiree. And I'm already a pensioner. So I don't know.
Well, you're a comrade. No,
I'm a comrade.
Is always a comrade.
No, a comrade is always a comrade. But if you, for example, now, if you ask me anything concerning the pensioners, both in the country or in Enugu here, I will say that one perfectly well. Because I have left the service when this implementation of additional age was implemented. I was just hearing it through my wife, who is a teacher. But if you ask me anything about pension, of any pension matters.
All right. There was a recent verification that was carried out for those in active service and, of course, pensioners in Enugu State. Yeah. Now, there were some people from the recommendations that I gathered that were asked to, quit service because either they falsified their, their age to still be in service, and they were probably recommended to, leave service. Now, how do you think this policy will affect these kinds of people? Do you think there should be some kind of, for lack of a better word, clemency, since the age has been increased? Maybe they should be allowed to, stay longer.
What you are asking is still the same thing I have answered. This thing you asked now, there is a verification exercise going on.
Yes.
That one for retirees, I'm a member, I'm a committee member. That one for the service, the people that are still serving.
You don't have any idea
of how they are going there.
Okay. Understood. Now let's talk about the general issue with pensioners, which is gratuity and pension. How has it been, aside that you have your own personal experience, but what your people have been going through? Those on the outside, like some of us, we see every day pensioners, complaining their pensions are not coming as at when due. Some will say their gratuity was withheld. What is the story really? Okay,
the story really is that the pensioners in Enugu State, they are. It is a pitiable condition. But when the new administration came on board, the government of Peter Mba came on board. That time also, I came on board a year before he came on board.
2022, we are talking 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
And I wrote to him on behalf of the pensioners of Enugu State, saying, we are in a pitiable condition. Help us. Because your slogan is, our tomorrow is here. Let the pensioners also feel that our tomorrow is here. And he immediately set up two committees to look into the affair of pensioners in Enugu State. One for the core civil servants who are retired. The second one for primary school and local government and parastatals who are also retired. And I happened to be in the committee. We did the verification exercise. And immediately we finished the verification exercise. For those in core civil servants, they were being owed 2 months arrears of pensioners. And immediately that thing was finished, he cleared the 2 months arrears. For those primary school and local government, immediately they finished also, because this primary school and local government, their own is so pathetic, because primary school and local government pensioners in Enugu State, as I'm talking to you today, are being owed monthly pension of 25 months.
Over 2 years?
Yes. And you could imagine if a father retired in primary school and the mother retired as a local government staff, and for the 25 months, these people have not been paid a dime. What is the fate of the family? These children are potential doctors, potential pharmacists, engineers, even potential legislators, governors. But they ended up in the streets, pushing barrow, hawking, because their parents have not received their common monthly pension. I told you is 25 months up to date. No. And their gratuity of their parents was paid last 2006.
What do you mean was paid last? I thought gratuity is paid once.
No, it's paid once now, but those people that retired since 2006 to date,
the last set that was paid gratuity,
have not gotten their gratuity up to date. And they know this is the last hope of every civil servant for this primary school and local government. And for those called civil servants, the last that received their gratuity is 2010. 2010 to date, no pensioner that is in called civil servant that have received his gratuity. Yes, the governor now started saying, good, there is a lump sum of money to be paid. Let us take it gradually. And these primary school and local government teachers, after the verification exercise by July last year, he said, from July down the line now, I will start paying the monthly pension to these people. The backlog, let us see how we can settle it. Then for him to, and he said again, to say that I'm true to my word, those people that retired from this year, I'll start paying them their gratuity, which he has commenced 4 days ago.
Interesting.
And I'm assuring you, I'm telling you here now, as the chairman of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, that those that have retired in civil service from January this year have received theirs. But we are clamoring and say, because many of my members are saying, won't he go on the air and say, I have cleared gratuity because those people that retired this year have collected theirs? And I said, no, he's a man of his words. That after, because we are now going local government by local government to do the verification for gratuity. Then those in parastatals, that is ESBS, Daily Star, Library Board, Rural Electrification, just the core the parastatals, they have not received both gratuity or monthly pension since 2021 February. But he said, I want to embrace all the parastatals into the one fold, so that when civil servants are receiving their pension, they also will be receiving their pension.
No,
we have done that now and placed it on their table, and they have all the we are waiting for now is going to commence paying this parastatal.
Brilliant. Well, I'm quite curious because you categorize pensioners into two distinct categories. You mentioned those in the civil service, then parastatals, local government, and secondary school teachers. Now, why do you think there's a disparity in the pension system of the two groups? Why is that?
The reason is that the primary school and local government staffs are directly under the local government, because the local government drive their own allocation from the federal, state drive their own. So it's all the local government, like we have 17 local governments. Once you get your allocation, there's a percentage that we will drop at the local government pension board. Then the state government will now give their own supplementary something. But this local government chairman, the local government chairman will get his allocation today. Instead of paying his own counterpart fund immediately to the local government pension board to be used to pay these retirees, you wait 1, 2, 3 months and we will be chasing them. But the state government might have already paid his own counterpart fund.
You're sure of this?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I'm their chairman. I'm sure of that. So I have begged His Excellency, let this local government chairman, let them know that it is written in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Pension, anything pension, is first charge. Once you get your allocation, drop your own this thing. And if you tell the government, they will tell you that are autonomous.
Yes.
I don't know who put them there. Who monitors the local government? It's not the government, the governor. So they should, and I have always clamored, telling this local government chairman, these people we are punishing are the people who made that place for you. Many of you went under these people in your primary school. They taught you. They water the ground where you are now. And I always tell them, remember what Jonathan's wife said, there is God. That place, you cannot be there forever. Local government chairman, after 2 years, if you are not lucky, you cannot go back. And you fall back to those people again. And many of these people are your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your fathers. So, and another thing that is worrisome in this pension that I told you is pathetic. The least paid pensioners in Enugu State is 475 naira. Not up to 1,000 naira.
A month.
A month. Reason, since 2000, because after 5 years, the federal government reviews.
It should be.
Every 5 years, they review. And since 2000, that they started reviewing, up to the date, is only around, out of the 36 states in the federation, is around 18 states that are harmonized. Enugu State have not harmonized. And also, I beg His Excellency, even if there's no harmonization, during this palliative, many of the state governors around and in the whole added 10,000, some people added 18,000 to the pensioners, to their pensioners. For example, Anambra, that the person was receiving 300 naira as pension before, are now receiving 10,300. A boy that was 500 before is receiving now 10,500. But Enugu State is still 475 naira.
My goodness, I don't even know how to react to this. But aside,
but I'm sure that my people that we have written to His Excellency, and
but aside appealing to the conscience of local government chairmen and the state government, is there a system that has been proposed to the state government, a system that will make the local government actors conform and pay as at when due? Because I do not think it's just enough to appeal to their conscience. Remember, there's
it's not appealing to their conscience. There's always, they have the proposal.
But if there's a system of accountability, a system that will punish whoever violates whatever the protocol is, has there been a proposal like that to the state government to actually keep the local government in check, given the fact that they have become autonomous in some sense?
Okay, I like that word, in some sense. Yes, there is a proposal also already at their doorsteps, and I'm assuring my pensioners that the government of the day is following them now, chasing them, and have given them a mandate. If you don't do this, this is the consequence. Since the last 2 months. So
okay.
Let's
We'll get back to that. But what I want to find out from you now, that while you were in active service, I'm sorry, I just have to go back to that, because active service and retirement, they are two sides of the same coin, if you ask me. While you were in active service, there was a pension fund, and monies were being deducted from source to fund the pension fund. Now, after your retirement, how well or how efficient was the recovery of that money?
No, Enugu State is not in that scheme. I was
currently not the civil servants, not the
both the civil servant and the pensioners. We are not in that scheme. Reason, I was the chairman of Joint Council then, Joint Negotiating Council, and we went to the House of Assembly, and we said we are not interested in that. Reason, those people that are now in pension fund many of them are suffering. The reason, if you retire, they will pay you the first bulk, big money, big chunk of money, and they will now spread the other one for you for 15 years.
Was that the original arrangement?
That is what they are doing. If it now acts, and that after 15 years, God giving you life, you don't receive anything again. But the old scheme, you will be taking your beat till God calls you. So many states pulled out. And as of now, the police is clamoring that they want to pull out.
The police force?
Yes, because it is not that, okay, this pension fund they are doing, you know, they have many administrators, many companies.
Yes.
Doing this, doing that.
Yes, pension fund.
Many of the pension administrators don't even comply to the rules and regulations of that thing. Many of the pensioners, I know of somebody who worked in UNN. His own pension administrators will owe him for at least 3 or 4 months. And they are clamoring to go back to the old scheme, but they have entered. So that is the problem of this pension administrator. If the concept that I said it was followed rightly, it is good.
Okay, let's talk about your union a little bit, because I know that injury to one is injury to all. Now, there have been, cases where pensioners waiting in line to probably go through verification or some kind of, transactions, they slump. Some, get into terminal illnesses. Now, is there a system within your union to help these people? And when you have cases of slumping while waiting for a government verification, what is the protocol? What is done, maybe to help the person or to seek redress?
Okay. Now, number one, when we did the first verification for monthly pensions, we did it in senatorial zones. Enugu North is Nsukka side. Nsukka, Igbo is the north, Igbo is the south, Ozowani, and Udenu. They all converge at Nsukka, and they will be like Ogbete, and they give them dates. After finishing that, we went to West, Uji River, Eziago, all these things. They converge at Udi. After that, we went to Enugu East, Kano West and Kano East. They converged at Enugu and at Enugu South local government. And we saw a hell controlling the old people. Some people are carried in barrow. Some people, their children, they carry them behind. And we begged the government, what are we going to do about these things? That, for me, if you people allow the union to say, let us do it like the federal government. I'm alive. Be in your house and do I'm alive.
What does that mean?
That is, you be in your house or
like proof of life.
Life.
Send a video.
A video and everything. That's how the federal government.
With the advent of AI.
So they said no, that they want to see that they have gotten the news. There's many ghost pensioners. And true to this thing, we went into the field and found out that there were many manipulations by our own people who are working and they don't know that they will retire tomorrow. If government say I'm paying with 10,000, they inflate it to 15,000. And the government will now say there's no money. But there's money. That is number one. So after that, they now set up another committee, which I'm involved also as the chairman, about this gratuity issue. And we found out that there was very big problem during that first verification of monthly pension. And they wanted to do it the same way. And I pleaded to them, my people are dying. And how much have they? You tell somebody from Enugu Ezike to come to Nsukka with which money? 475 naira? Let us do it local government by local government. So that we bring out a day or 2 days to go to this local government. So that they cannot transport themselves to that far away. And being a listening government, they listened to us. And we started this journey. And we have been going local government by local government to see to that. And again, I told them, there is a need that any local government we are going, because we are old, either you are suffering from arthritis, waist pain, chest pain, anybody that is 60 years and above have one sickness or the other. Let what not what happened the first time we did that for local government, that without a monthly pension not happen again. That we should give us an ambulance. So that anybody at any given time that we see that is going down, the medical
can get
team
the first aid treatment
there and there, which they're obliged.
Good.
Then again, we told them that this thing we are doing is for the aged people. Let us not go to this rigorous, you bring this, you bring this, you bring this. Once you see the person's pension authority and his ID card, you know he is alive. Not okay, because before they said it's 5 years bank statement, and I said why?
There's something I want you to. I'm not digressing,
okay,
but there's something I want you to speak to.
Okay.
There's several first-hand information where the pension ID card was not accepted in a bank because the pensioner went to do some transactions to help with his verification. And the bank says it has to be NIN or driver's license or voter's card. Now we're talking about a man that is over 80 years. He couldn't get his NIN because they couldn't capture his fingerprints, because he couldn't get a driver's license because he's way too old and he doesn't have a voter's card.
What transaction did he go to bank to do?
The transaction was, I think, he needed to change the phone number attached to his bank account so that he can complete his verification exercise. Because I think they needed, I'm not privy to the, the whole, but at the bank, they rejected his pensioner's ID card. So my question will be, how relevant is a pensioner's ID card outside of, maybe your local government or states? Well, in other places like the banks and other official places, how, relevant is that pensioner's ID card?
It's 100% relevant in any aspect of life. But the issue we are talking about NIN, maybe that is that bank's policy. But if the person comes to us, we can write a written note.
Really?
Saying this is, because in this verification we are doing now, NIN does not stop anybody from being verified, because we have medical team who tells us that anybody who has suffered some sort of illness like diabetes, or who have across the age you are talking now about 80-something years, this place does not come out again.
It doesn't.
So for us, this verification we're doing, we're not.
Really?
If you don't have your NIN, we do it, because once you have your BVN, which is common, and you have your ID card and your pension authority, you are good to go.
Tell us about the pension authority. Is it a letter? Or
pension authority is where we see how much you are being paid. You are going to be paid
as a pensioner.
As a pensioner, it's prepared for every pensioner. Every worker have it. If you are retiring, they give it to you. That is where your monthly pension is written. That is where your gratuity is written. So, like we are going on this verification now, if you have not been paid gratuity, we say, Mr. A, this is a gratuity.
All right. Complete the protocol of your verification. You said that you were obliged and you were asked to take it to the local government, and they also gave you an ambulance and things. I want you to complete that process so that
no, the process is ongoing.
Okay.
It's ongoing. You just finished the wait yesterday. By Monday, we are going to Igbo South. We have done an INRI because alphabetical order. We have done an INRI, finished everybody. We have done Ogu. We have done Eziago. We have done Igbo Etiti. We have done Igbo North. So,
okay, but there was something I don't think you have spoken to that I mentioned. I said, how do you seek redress? I know that moving forward.
For example, seeking the redress, we have, apart from one casualty we had at Udi, we have not seen any other person that say slumped or did anything. This person at Udi, after the verification exercise, they called my office that their father has not returned. I said, I have not returned. Because it came from Ogu. And that was the reason why they said, agree with us going local government by local government.
Yes. Because
that person was transported from Ogu to Udi. And when they were going back, they started saying, this person is not on his seat. Oh, where is he? And up to today, he lost. After 2 weeks of complaint and everything, they saw all his documents at Head Bridge, Onitsha. So we told the government, this is what we are saying. Help us, we are old. If you know a way to help us out by allowing us to do this verification by, this is my ID card, this is this, you go. Not rigorous something. Look at this man now.
My goodness.
Since last year.
Was there any form of compensation to the family?
There's nothing as of now, my sister. There's nothing as of now.
All right. Moving forward, what are some of the reforms you would like to see in the pension system going forward? I know that there are some that you have actually brought in, given your placement as the chairman of the pension union of pensioners in Enugu. But what other reforms would you suggest to the government or you would love to see, going forward?
First of all, we want the government of Enugu State to maintain, have a meeting with all the local government chairmen so that the issue of least primary school and local government staff will be a thing of the past. If the government will tell them to take their pension issue as first charge as is written in the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria. Secondly, for His Excellency to look into our problem, especially harmonization, because 475 naira is not. When I said it the first time, the committee said, "Are you sure?" I'm saying, this thing I'm carrying here, I did not prepare it. It was prepared from Accountant General's office, and it is written, Mr. A, this is your bank, this is your account number, this is your monthly pension, 400 and. You can go to the bank and verify. You can go to the AG's office and verify. Do it and harmonize us. Secondly, we beg, our governor is good though, very good. Because now he gave, during the palliative issue, he gave palliative 25,000 naira to the civil servants and gave 10,000 to local government staffs and primary school. But we clamored. We are the most vulnerable.
True.
Nothing was given to us up to down. The pensioners did not get anything. Upon all the write-up we did, pensioners were not given. So that time I wrote and I was asking, is retirement a cause? Is retirement a cause? And during the town hall meeting, he said all our problems are on his table. And I'm pleading to him, this time around, let us also say our own tomorrow is here.
He's here. Now,
Then, secondly,
okay, go ahead, please.
On the issue of welfare of pensioners, we have written again to the former governor and to the present governor. Let there be a waiver for the pensioners in our hospitals. Some states are doing it. If a pensioner goes to hospital and said, I'm a pensioner.
State-owned hospitals,
state-owned hospitals,
healthcare centers,
and said, I'm a pensioner, this is my card, this is this. If his drug is 10,000 naira, let the government please reduce it to 4,000 naira or 5,000 because he's a pensioner. It's being done in some of the states. Okay, transportation. A pensioner will be coming all the way from Abakaliki, from Emene to he was struggling for vehicle. The little place I have visited outside the country, the pensioner have their own terminal.
Bus terminal.
Bus terminal. Again, the pensioners in Enugu State were attached to an office. Don't have an office.
No secretariat?
No secretariat. We have told the former governor, we have written out to these governors. Because our counterparts, our neighboring states, all of them have secretariat. We don't have. The little place we are staying, if you come to a meeting, because we normally do quarterly meeting, because we have branches in the 17 local government, we will stay outside or hire canopy. All these things, that's why I said, when we wrote the last one, we said, is retirement a cause? It's not a cause, because these retirees were one-time workers.
Yeah.
That the people who water the ground that people are enjoying now. But we are relegating them to the background.
All right, you've made a lot of points here, but aside the fact that governments are huge stakeholders, let's talk about the people, the ordinary people. Is there anything any change in attitude that you want to, put out there so that it's not just enough? I know the government has a lot to do, but how has been our attitude as a people to pensioners? How would you prefer the pensioners or retirees are treated going forward? Just put that out there.
Let me tell you something. The people outside, the politicians, many of them are the people who advises the governor that these people are deadwood.
Are you sure about
I'm 100% sure. Because even one of the governors before, no matter he came out and apologized, says, what am I doing with the pensioners? They are deadwoods. But the person doesn't know that he himself will retire one of these days. Why I said that is, one of the advisors to this present governor went on the air on 8th of December last year to say that the governor have paid everything. The governor is not owing anything to the pensioners. And I was in Abuja, and when I came back, they said that. And I got the person's phone number and called him. You said the governor have paid everything? He said yes. I said, from which, why did you get the information? He wanted to tell me, I said, your SP or PH, you're not advising the governor well. Maybe because of the money you are getting. And I now told him about 475,000 list paid. He said, what? I said, come to my office and say it. Or go to EG's office and say it. I told him about this primary school and local government. And he said, like I told you before, that he thought the local government and the primary school is for the local government chairman. I said, eh? He said, because why he's saying it? Because his auntie and one of his sister are also owed that amount.
And that is research enough to make that submission.
I told him, oh, your auntie is being owed 24 months and you are saying government is not owing them. He said he thought it's the local government that is owing them. So many of these politicians, and even the contractors, they will say, is government going to carry out the money to pay pension? And let me tell you about this pension issue.
Yeah.
As we are working here now, if in government, there's some money that is being deducted monthly from your salary. And when you retire, the government will now put his own counterpart this funding and pay you. So when they start talking about labor pensioners, are we going to die for you? Are going to do? I will tell them, the part of the money we are demanding is the money we worked for.
Absolutely. All right, Comrade Ikechukwu Ekere, you're very passionate about this. I can feel it from across the table, and we might not have enough time to exhaust, what you have to pour out. But I'm sure you must have said a thing or two that must have touched someone, so that we can act better going forward. So thank you so much for your insight and perspective on this issue.
Thank you very much.
All right.
My last talk I will say is, Your Excellency, sir, I would like you to look into our case and see that this suffering we are doing, suffering will come to an end, and also that our tomorrow will be here. And you know why I'm begging the government to do those? The national president of the whole pensioners in Nigeria is from Enugu State. And apart from the military, army, police, or custom, immigration, or university, all of them are under him. And his own state, we are receiving 475 naira.
Oh. All right. Thank you so much.
I want the pensioners to be patient, that this time, God willing, our own tomorrow will be here.
All right. Thank you so much for still staying with us up until now. New Day continues right after this time out. Stay with us.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.